Right, hoobity hoo, and how do you do? Welcome to your favorite morning show. This is Walkies and Talkies, and we are walking and talking with you today. Today's special guest is the inspiration behind Walkies and Talkies. Who told me, girl, you've been doing a podcast. So please, everyone, round of applause and welcome Latoya Justice Shari, also known as B Joy Messenger. Welcome to the show.
What's good in the web stream hoodie? Hey fam, hey, what's good? I'm excited and I'm a bit nervous. I wasn't before, but then you made that big title. Now I'm nervous.
All good, all seriousness, and all love. So again, welcome and thank you for taking time to be a part of your day and being a part of the show. We're gonna dive right in. This is something new for us, so y'all bear with us for technical difficulties. As content creators, we're always trying new software, trying to bring you good content. So let's enjoy the show. So starting off with, tell us about who you are and what you do.
Wow. My name is Latoya Justice Shari Johnson. I am a podcaster, an artist, a substitute teacher, a writer, a lot of different things. But basically, I'm just a creative mother. That's what I am. I've been drawing and creating for quite some time, and just like most people, when a little bit before COVID, I started to get extra creative and started to create my first book. It was poetry inspired by my family, just to get me through the dark times, and then I started drawing and doing all those other things. But for the most part, I'm just a creative person.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. That is very accurate, very creative. She draws comics, she tells stories, poetry, amazing work. Thank you. So we'll jump right into our show questions. Same ones that I sent you on Google, but as part of the show, and then we'll get into your story and who you are, following your dreams, doing all the good things. So starting off with, first question was, what are you enjoying in life right now? You answered that, just the joy of being able to create and living those childhood dreams. So tell me more about, something that, you're just enjoying in this moment in time right now.
Really just the ability to have strong support from a great creative family, from my family. When I was first starting this journey, a lot of it was alone. Writing the book, I had my family, but I remember staying up late nights and working on making instrumentals, working on little cartoons and animations. And even though I'm not where I would like to be, I feel a lot more supported now and I'm enjoying that. I feel a lot more encouraged by artists like you and a lot more influence to do more of to do more than what I normally would do. It just I feel like I'm enjoying understanding that I'm not an imposter, that I originated my own swag, my own style, and that's all I can be. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do. And I'm also enjoying the ability to be around such original people, creative people who allow me to be inspired, and then being able to inspire people because I've had experience doing some of the things that I've done. So it's just a reciprocal thing. I'm thankful. Also enjoying being a mother. I'm I've been going through a lot of dizzy spells and sick spells, and my kids have been really supportive through that. My family has been supportive through that, and throughout my journey, I've learned to take a lot of happiness in the small things. Um, don't get it twisted. I be stressing out. I be tweaking for the weekend. Cause you trying to get everything done. You want to be proactive. You want to be creative. But sometimes there's only so much you can do. And I enjoy the fact that I have the blessing of being able to step back sometimes and just go through whatever I'm going through in life and still have the outlet. And I enjoyed this conversation with you because I didn't know. I just thought we were just chatting and talking, being cool, sisterhood of the Yaya traveling cartoon pants. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Cause I see you and I'm very inspired by you and I'm enjoying being able to just link up with people and keep it going. Like the energy is just constantly going. You feel what I'm saying? It just keeps you going.
Yes. It's yes. Yes and yes.
Yes. You don't I think people don't understand how important it is for creative people when we are very sensitive. We're very emotional. We're very prone to moments because we're so sensitive because we're more than likely to be very empathic. We need that community and I'm enjoying that because when I had a chance to interview a big rapper. I had a chance to, do these little doodles. I had a chance to have my podcast for the Boys and Girls Club. I had a chance to do a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have done had I would have stepped out. But I feel more supported now and I see bigger things happening. And it may be 10 years down the road, but I feel more supported now than I did before because it doesn't feel like I'm just around people who are trying to compete, but we're actually people who are just wanting to elevate each other and ourselves.
Right. I definitely, and that's definitely something that I value so much. Is just having that creative community because, again, creatives, we're sensitive. We're sensitive about our work. I think even Erica Badu said, like, I'm an artist, so I'm sensitive. um, and I see that value in you and what you post online and the content that you make, that the community is a part of your enjoyment. So thank you for sharing. Our next question is, how are you pouring back into yourself? So everybody knows self-love, but it's more than the hair, more than the nails, and all the things. So it's the how are you refilling your cup when it's starting to run low?
Faith, prayer, walking, taking time to take away from social media. And when I say take away from social media, I don't mean just going away. Because sometimes you just need to go away from social media. Sometimes you need time to yourself. But also taking time to, when you're on social media, remind yourself that these are people who are inspired to create. Use this time to create your own self as well. You're not in a rush. You're not trying to be somebody else you're not. Remember that you are who you are, and the only way you can innovate is to be innovative, and that means to be original. And sometimes the best way to be original is to take time alone. There have been many dark nights, many dark moments where I've had to just not talk to people, 2, 3 months at a time, because I needed to reset, pray, go through dark trials by myself. There was a point in time where for a whole year everything was out in the light and everybody saw everything. And I did have a lot of great things going. It was over a year, like almost 2 years. But when I took time to get the dark night of the soul, it blessed me. I took time to pray. I took time to walk. I took time to exercise. I took time to lose weight. I took time to um, meet new people in silence and use their stories to innovate me in silence. But then when I came back, I used it to grow my community out loud. It's so important because sometimes we can go through burnout. I've done that. I've done burnout, and it's not just burnout when you're constantly working on your projects, but it's burnout when you're constantly trying to people please and forgetting about yourself, forgetting that you need not to answer that phone right now because your mom's sick, your kids are sick, your job is going to pieces, and you just need time to figure out what's the next step. um, get time to get back in alignment, to remember why you're doing this, why you need to really, what is your purpose here? Not because you're trying to be everything, but what were you doing as a child that made you want to be this person as an adult? Um, yeah, man.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but like everything you are saying in this moment is 100% facts because as creatives, setting boundaries, that time for yourself, like the power of prayer, the
Yeah.
alone times, the journey, the struggle. And then this is all about, and I'm not trying to jump ahead of myself, but all my future episodes are following those dreams. And where do your dreams start? They started in your childhood. So yes, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. I didn't mean to cut you
Listen,
off. So have more. Go ahead.
we are having a conversation. This isn't just a podcast or a radio show. This is about having a conversation for the collective, for everybody to realize that the love stems from your childhood. When you're doing these projects, you're hugging your inner child. When you're making mistakes, you're trying to correct them for your inner child. Um, that little girl that you were telling me about who went to the library and said, one day I'm going to have a comic, you're working towards that dream. But you're also allowing other people to see that they need to hug those little girls and those little boys. So that way, when they have kids, or if they have kids, they're going to have those dreams as well. Big dreams. Big
Yeah,
dreams.
absolutely. And that follows like right to my next question. It's the dreams that you're following right now. You just hit the nail on the head about following those dreams of your childhood. So I'll pivot the question of like when when did you know that that was your dream? What was that little moment in life of like, I used to love this as a kid. Now is my thing now. What was that for you?
It's a good question. Um, there's a lot of moments. So we going you mind if I go into them? I'm just a lot of mini moments.
We
The
got time.
first,
Go ahead.
okay, girl. High school was the first one when I started producing beats and rapping and drawing, and I made little graffiti murals. I made one with a big old shower thing, and I performed and I did poetry. And I knew that was a big thing, but back then I was still a kid, so it really didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I was like 16, 17 when I started doing that. Um, but when I got older, when I became an adult, it became more of an epiphany when I finished school for business, and then I was like, I wanted to do what a lot of people were doing, which is real estate. They was like, which I want to do real estate because I had family who did real estate. I was like, I want to do that, but do I want to do it the way they're doing it? I don't think so. And then I learned about wholesale real estate, and I was like, I was trying to do that. I was like, I don't think this is for me. This is like a tuna fish sandwich on peanut butter jelly. It just tastes weird. I don't like it for me. So I started doing research because I wanted to advertise this business, but I didn't know where to go with it. And I learned about podcasting, and I learned about that, and I started doing the podcast, and it helped me vent. It helped me feel better about myself. And then I started researching online radio shows, and then I started doing art, and then COVID hit, and it just was like the perfect time to just invest in all my stuff. And I said, God, I just started just diving into that and making beats and music and doing all these different things, and it just felt right. Through
Hmm.
that time, that was the first time in my life where, and this was 2019, this was the first time in my life where I felt everything coming out. I felt the traumas coming out. I felt it was the perfect timing. I felt the need to vent. I felt the need to really pour into myself. And I started becoming more aware of my honesty, and though I feel like at that moment I was the most honest I could have been, looking back in retrospect, I learned so much about the trauma I was going through, the avoidance I was going through, the need to people please that I was going through. And now at this age, I've learned how to just really reassess. And during this time period, I learned I want to create. Plus, I saw that my son was drawing. My daughter was drawing. My son was writing. My daughter was making her own YouTube videos. Just like, I want to do it like you, mommy.
Oh.
It's cute until she critique every. So you're gonna wear that at 14?
Mm,
You gonna do that? Ask me today. Oh, so what you dressed up? Cause I'm doing the podcast. Okay, okay. Like you, my mom. But it gave me for real. It gave me a good feeling because my kids were able to do what they want to do because they saw me doing what I want to do. I'm not perfect, but I learned that investing in your inner child, those moments allow me to see who I really am. I was able to look in the mirror and see who I am. I could see myself. I wasn't having to dress a certain way, act a certain way. And what really did happened for me is when I went through so much stuff and I lost everything, because I was trying to fix things and trying to be everything, and I had to go to a shelter and I had to get stuff together because I was going through stuff with my ex, my spouse, and we were going through stuff, but I needed time away. And when I left, I took time to really like pray, but I also kept creating. I kept writing. I kept making podcast clips. Every once in a while, I might do a little doodle. But when I got out and I came here, I started doing a lot of live streams by myself, and that was a big thing. I started drawing more. I started networking with people more because I was afraid to do that. And I didn't have fear of doing that. And it felt good because when I was a kid, I was always the most talkative one. I was telling grown people what to do, not because I was sassy, but because I felt this innate need to listen to what God tells me to say, and then I
mhm.
said it. You know what I'm saying? And it gave me this feeling of peace. The drawing, the writing, the podcasting, and making my own little mini movies, and making my fake radio shows, and then doing that now as an adult, and it's real. People are really listening. I don't care if one person's just listening. You're listening, because back then it was on a tape deck. Remember them tape decks? It was on a tape deck. Only person who was listening to it was me. And
Right,
now,
right.
yes, you know what I'm saying. I was drawing the pictures and showing them to my friends in high school, and making up a fake fashion line, calling it and felt like it was something because I wanted me to feel bigger than what I felt at that moment. And what I knew is it wasn't just one moment. I said this all to say it wasn't just one moment. It was many moments that brought me here.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that's with everybody. It's many big moments that we see as small that bring us to the moment like I'm fulfilling my destiny.
Right. It's so you illustrate your story so well with just sharing, hey, it's not an easy journey. We all go through struggle. Life happens and it happens fast, but the fact that through all of the things that you've been through, you still showed up for yourself. You're still creating, you're still following that dream. That drive alone not only is inspiring your children, it's inspiring other people in your circle, and that's just beautiful. So thank you for sharing that story. Thank you for bringing your authentic self here. I truly appreciate it. And I'm not saying that like we've had phony guests, but not everybody is in a place of like, this is where I've been, this is the journey I've been through. Because there are some people like the pandemic was the worst thing that happened to me, and there are people like you and I'm like the pandemic is when my creativity blew up. And so thank you for sharing that. Thank you for just again bringing your story here to Walkies and Talkies. No, we're not walking, but we definitely are talking. So
Definitely as
definitely. So I think okay. My next question, because you already shared your story, how you began. It's where is your dream? Where is you taking you? What is that highest peak of your dream? What's that goal you're achieving? What are you working towards? What's building you up?
It's a multiple layer. It's about, because you talked about imposter syndrome. I had a moment when I came and I was like, girl, Cammy got all these things going. I don't know if I really need to be, because she just like, and I have those moments, but it's building myself to realize I did a lot. I've done a lot. Like, I've done a lot, and I need to really build upon that and keep it going and keep it going and make sure that's fam and make sure that we allow ourselves room for growth. So when it comes to what's the next level, it's writing more, um, venturing out more, working on a regular job, but also using that experience to write stories for my journey. It's taking my regular life with everything that's going on, and writing about it. And lately, I have been questioning myself: do I want to tell these stories, because it does trigger me? But I know that it triggers other people. You know what I'm saying? To grow and to seek change and to seek God. It's really just every story I'm telling. It's hard for me to tell because some of them are um, triggered by old memories, but it's taking me to a place where I can grow. Um, Walking, podcasting, a real radio show, um, getting out of the place that I am in and branching out to meet more people so we can all grow. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot because there's a lot of experiments I've already tried. I had a Roku channel. I let it go down. I want to have it again, but this time I want it to be permanent. But back then when I had it, it was just me just doing this stuff to do. I barely had 10 videos. Um, so it's just me realizing that these are different steps. I'm not rushing them. I'm going to get there eventually. I just got to find out what is my bread and fish, the thing that the people need to hear, that God wants me to feed the multitude with. Not just my fun stories. Even though I have fun doing whatever I'm doing, I'm working that into making it so it can actually feed people, to heal them and help them. Not just, having fun. But along the way, why not have some fun? So that's what I'm doing. Those are my next steps. Just enjoying the journey and not worrying about the biggest level up. Because that's how
Thank,
people hear it.
no, no facts. I love that. I love that it's the next level is just continuing the journey, because I think a lot of times, like you put the question I asked in a new perspective of there's no end to the dream, to the journey. We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going because it's number one, it's the ability to restart anytime. As long as you have breath in your body, you can restart. And when you restart, you're better, you're stronger. And I love that. So thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Appreciate it.
So next up, okay, we're winding down in the show. Number one, that you have for another creative in the same journey right now. Someone who's maybe they're scared to follow their dream, but they don't know where to start with the dream. What advice would you have to another creative?
Take small steps. Um, Put a doodle out on YouTube or write a poem or whatever your creative area of expertise is. Remember that we all started somewhere. It's not your job to compete. It's not your job to compare. It's just your job to be yourself. And so that means that you're going to take small steps. It doesn't happen overnight. When you see somebody who's an overnight success, it took them 30,000 overnights to get to that overnight.
Mhm.
So your goal is to keep going, keep making small steps, keep learning, keep getting to know people Don't doubt yourself. Don't tell everybody your dreams, because that's not your goal to get everybody to believe you, because everybody's not going to believe in your journey. Your goal is to first believe in yourself. And remember, you're not an imposter, you're an originator. You're not impasta spaghetti. You're more like the linguine. You're the whole meal. So your goal is to be yourself. Your goal is to be a different one. And keep going. Don't give up. It might get hard within the first 5 minutes, or it might get hard within the first 5 years. But it's going to get hard. It's never going to be easy. Anything worth having, you have to work for. But once you get there, you get there. Um, hold, hold on.
So while we wait, just want to again. Okay, you're back. You're good.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I'm
Um.
back. Yeah, that's the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? Life is going to life, but when in life, you just got to keep going. You can take a break. You can take time for yourself, but don't get mad at yourself when you have to take a break or take a moment. While you're taking a break, still keep continuing in silence. Everybody doesn't need to know your moves. That's my best advice.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that. I know I applied to my life, so that's sound sage wisdom right here on the podcast. Thank you. And our last thing before you go, because walk, and I believe gratitude erases negativity. My darkest days, gratitude has pulled me out of it. So in this moment, what are you grateful for?
My family, my family, um, my creativity, obstacles. I'm grateful for the obstacles because I've learned a lot through those obstacles. I'm grateful for being on this podcast today. Um, I'm grateful for other people seeing the journey that I'm on and realizing that I might not know everything that I'm doing, but still giving support, love, and encouragement. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to give the same support, love, and encouragement back. Even in times where I feel loop de loop, I'm grateful for all of this. Yeah, everything.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again for being on the show, taking time, party today. We're moms. We got stuff to do. But again, thank you for coming to Walkies and Talkies, walking through our journeys together, talking together. You are a treat and a blessing in my life. If you have anything else to add before we close, then that's it for me.
No, just if you want to check me out, I'm Latoya Justice Shari. Check me out on social media, YouTube, the blog. Other than that, thank you so much for having me. Smooches.
Most welcome, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay blessed. Walkies and Talkies. Bye bye.